When I was a young girl growing up in New Mexico, one of my greatest moments of joy was to go outside, lay on my back in the grass, and look straight up in the sky. To me, these were the moments that stand out the most. I knew every constellation that was going to be there at any given time, and whatever time of year it was, even when it changed, I knew them. I knew exactly where the moon would rise and the sun would set, and I knew exactly what the mesa's shadow would cast at different times. I remember being gone from sunup till sundown. Back then, our parents didn't think much about that. Sometimes I would come in after dark. Living in the country brought beautiful moments of liberty where I would just wander miles away sometimes at the tender age of 7 or 8 even. But all I know is that there wasn't too much to worry about, and there was a whole world to see and explore. And trust me, I saw it. I saw it so big and vivid. Exploring bobcat caves in the mesas, coyote dens in the hills, and finding crystals all over the ground in certain areas. And there was usually a correspondence with finding those crystals. And I had that figured out, well, at a very young age. And I always saw things much differently than the rest of the world. Some thought I was odd and unusual. Many thought I was strange. Many teased me. But you know what? It never wavered. My thoughts and my feelings and my way of loving and seeing the world. I'm sure many of you can relate to never fitting in really on a level that you should have. And that if you did, it was because you had to force yourself to do so. But I think I know that most of us feel like we didn't really belong with others. We were that different, and I don't know any other way to say it, but we were that beautifully minded, I guess. We never stepped into the world on any given day without taking it in and seeing things in true color. We never took any of it for granted, and we had lots of questions, and we pondered many things. And trying to conceive an eternity felt almost impossible, of just the sheer fact that an eternity was endless and our souls timeless. I feel as if there's a certain amount of truth when it's said that one is an old soul, and then that others might possibly be soulless. I don't know if this is in fact so. It just seems that I encounter more and more individuals every day with the lights being on, but that which once lived within is gone, and that I may have also possibly met some who had never been home to begin with. All that I know is that I look around, and in every direction I see God's beautiful masterpieces in the making. But I also see sorrow and loss, pain and tears, and hurt beyond measure. I see so much in people, and I can't even explain it. But when I look at others, it's like their face and their body and their soul tells a story. And sometimes it brings me to my knees. In every person, there is a strange and wondrous uniqueness, like there's a depth that appears to have been crafted by the experiences of their souls, and each one having weathered their own storms of trauma, pain, and heartache, emerges with this beautiful soul awakened beyond measure. I feel like when we're brought to our knees in ways that it's hard to comprehend, but so devastating and so soul-shaking, that we're forever changed when we hit that moment, when we hit that rock bottom moment. That's when the ground shake, the earth quakes, and that's when we see our eyes are opened and we can see it all for everything that it is. And it is then at that moment that we finally see the truth through all the lies that have been told throughout our entire lives. These are the moments that you indeed find yourself quite literally all alone in a world with people that once surrounded you and loved you. that used to check on you or talk to you, or at least say hi. But everything and everyone evades you at this moment. Some have called this the dark night of the soul. In that moment when you arrive and you find yourself in the deep valleys and at your lowest point, these are known for being the darkest, brought on upon one's own spiritual awakening and journey. And trust me, it's a journey. It's like one day you just went to bed and you woke up a completely different person, and everything you saw that you took in within your mind's eye and the vision that you were given has changed. Nothing the same. Nothing. And the hardest part, that everyone you ever loved or knew, and those that you loved the most, all just went away. And then what one discovers is that if you didn't already know God, you go looking for him and you find him, and then you see him in his most real and tangible presence, like none has ever known. So if you find yourself standing alone, being alone, and feeling alone, and you have so many questions and so much more to know and learn, well, these are the moments that if you didn't already know God, you find God. And you were sent on this journey for exactly this reason, to find who you are, to find him, know him, and help save this world. You have a calling. You are meant to be here, exactly where you are. And wherever God leads you, you will follow. Don't you see who you are? You're not a shadow of the past. You're a mountain of strength for the future. I just need you to know, I need to tell you that you were made for a time such as this. So hold on tight. And whatever you do, don't let go. You are beautiful, you are strong, and you are so worthy. You're a warrior, and you, my friend, are in the fight. We are never alone. He walks with us every day. And though there's times when we feel like it would be great to have someone's arms wrapped around us saying, hey, it's going to be okay, I promise you, one day we'll have an eternity of just that. And I'm here to tell you, hey, it is going to be okay. You are loved so much. And no matter how impossible it feels or may seem, I love you too. For we are all one.